Jasmeet Chana and Rohit Budia were the early leaders up until stage 4 when they dropped their guard, initially dropping to second and then to third on the final stage. Their teammates Jaswinder and Ravi Chana and the other Selikas spent the rally trying to recover the 2 minutes they gave away on stage 2. They were eventually fastest to the 3 of the 6 sections, claiming second by 2 seconds on the final spectator stage. The Group S winner was an old hand at the sport. Having not rallied for several years, Shahid Wisanji and Mo Verji were making a return and were as quick as ever. Their flamboyant driving style gave the impression they weren't always in control, but it was deceptive as they eventually won the class by over 2 minutes. On the Group S championship board, Jaswinder Chana holds onto the lead with his brother Jasmeet now in second. With the points so close, it promises to be a close race all the way to the end of the season. Up at the front, the leaders were in the closing sections, including making a return to the spectator stage, which, with the times between some of the cars so close, was far from being a formality.
And keep right. And right.
As if Carl Tunda and Tim Jessup hadn't already had enough problems, they punctured again, dropping even further down the leaderboard to eventually finish 16th. The rally was still claiming victims. This is Frank and Tasha Tundo, arriving at the final control with a broken rear arm. It was as far as they got, only 40 kilometers of transport away from the finish. Back at service, Baldev Chaga and Raju Semi had been comfortably in third and were chasing for second, which was well within reach when the electric suddenly caught fire, stalling the engine. What was going to be their best result of the year went up in smoke. Jasi Chatte and Gurdeep Panesar dropped 2 places when the fuel supply became intermittent, and they came 10th.
Yeah, it was good. Interesting rally, very fast rally. I think probably my first event that we've run such a fast event. Interesting, learning all the time.
For John Nganga and George Joroge, the rally had been one of the best they'd ever entered, giving them a chance to show their potential, and 9th was well deserved. Onkar Rai and Raju Chaga lost the race they were having with Izzah Mirza and had to accept 8th, but the biggest loss had been the broken throttle cable the previous day. Izzah Mirza and Zahir Shah had swapped places with Onkar on each stage, but a final push gained them 7th place, much to the delight of their home-based supporters. Don Smith and Bob Kaugi continued their impressive run, not letting anyone get too close from behind, but too far back to catch the car ahead and comfortably finished 6th. Alex Horsey and Tariq Malik in the hybrid pickup could not have gone better and were only marginally off the front-end pace, finishing in 5th.
To be honest, I haven't been a luckier man on road sweeping. There's no cars, very few goats, no cows, nothing to stop me. I can't even use it as an excuse anymore.
The race for 4th place went all the way to the final control, as Quinton Mitchell and Chris Davis tried to stay ahead of Ian Duncan, but eventually lost by 28 seconds. Ian Duncan and Amos Lutz were driving hard to recover the time lost by the earlier puncture, and with championship points at stake, stayed committed to the end. They overtook Mitchell to claim 3rd, but 2nd was out of reach. Peter Horsey and Bella Erskine were also on a mission, closing in on Kavanagh in an attempt to snatch the lead. The rally just wasn't long enough and they had to accept second by less than a minute.
For us it went well, we had clean stages all the way through the day, and we were helped a bit by a few other guys who had problems, but we kept it clean, we kept our nose clean, and very happy with our times as well, and obviously very, very happy with the position.
Having led several times already this year, a win for Alistair Kavanagh and Gavin Lawrence was well overdue. They were eventually fastest through 4 of the 6 stages to claim their first win of the year.
It's nice to win the Coast Rally finally. It's my home event and first time I've won it in 15 years. So
I'd like to say well done to the B team driver. I broke down.
Alistair Kavanagh eventually won by 54 seconds from Peter Horsey, with Ian Duncan 3 minutes back in third. Jaswinder and Jasmeet Chana in the 2 Salikers were only separated by 2 seconds, and Carl Tundo well out of place in 16th. Harpreet Sagu made it to the finish in 23rd, and the 3 Kenya Rally School cars finished together in 27th, 28th and 29th. 42 cars finished with the highest placed 2-wheel drive in 34th, and the 2 all-lady crews in 38th and 41st. The championship has suddenly become tense with only 5 points separating Carl Tundo from Ian Duncan. Alistair Kavanagh still has an outside chance, but gone is Baldev Chaga, who is replaced by Peter Horsey.